All right, let's keep going now. We are on requirement number 4B, which is to identify the total revenue for each one of those customers for the year 2018. So I am going to use a different function called sum ifs. I'm going to have more than one criterion, so I'm going to use the plural version of the formula, which is sum ifs. And the very first parameter that it's asking for to return the sum of a range depending on multiple criteria is to provide the range that we want to, or where the numbers are sitting to be summed. So the range that contains the total revenues to be summed will be on our revenue column. So let's go back into our transactions and select the column that contains the revenue. Oh, I just made a little typo here. Let me hide this. Again, let's do a sum of ifs, starting with the transactions sheet and the revenue column, which starts on H1 all the way down to H1000. And sometimes it takes a little longer. So let me just type it in, H1000. And we are almost done. That is with the first range. The second range says, well, what is your criteria range for the first criterion? Well, the first criterion will be the customer's name. So let me go back and grab B1 to B1000 and make sure it matches the customer name contained on my cell A2, right? So that is my first criterion that will be applied. The second criterion will be very similar to the one before. I want to make sure that the transaction happened in 2018. So I will go ahead and select the range of dates that I'm gonna verify. And notice that I'm always using the same beginning point for each one of those ranges. So I'm looking at H1 to H1000. So my transaction range should also start from B1 to B1000. Otherwise, you're gonna get an error. And my transaction range or my range for my dates should also start on E1 and end all the way on E1000, right? And so what is the criteria that I have, or the criterion that I have for this particular range? Well, I want it to be greater than or equal to 1/1/2018, right? Close the quotation marks. And then I'm going to repeat the same criterion range to give it a maximum value. So this is going to be E1 to E1000, or I could have selected the range. I'm just the faster typist sometimes, but just be careful that you're not making errors. And notice that I was not very consistent with these, but I hope that gets corrected. And then that range will have an additional criterion of less than or equal to 12/31/2018, right? Because what if we had transactions in 2019? We want to make sure that we eliminate those as well. And I can close my sum ifs and finish it, right? And so in this case, I have the total of revenues for Alabama supplies that occurred in 2018. If I want to copy this everywhere else, I'm going to make sure that I F4 or anchor all the ranges so that when I copy paste this down across many fields, the range can keep staying from B1 to B1000. The dates would stay from E1 to E1000 and so forth. And so that is indeed the case. If this is not the right format, make sure that you go to the format and change the number to financial, right? All right, we're done with 4B. Thanks for watching.